Okay, so today I'm going to give you guys my review for the Minnesota Lynx and the Phoenix Mercury game. So starting off with one of my ghosts, Nafisa Collier, one of my clients. She finishes playing 34 minutes, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 steals, 0 block, 50% field goal percentage, 8 of 16 from the floor, 2 of 6 from the 3, no free throws, 3 turnovers, and 56.3% true shooting percentage. So yeah, it's pretty rare you see a game where she doesn't get any free throws. She usually gets a couple, so she probably should have went to the line a time or two. But, you know, this was a decent game for Fee. You know, we know what Fee is capable of and everything, but it's not a bad showing at all. She was efficient from the floor. And, yeah, I don't understand why in this game Alana Smith took the first 2 shots. I said this before, but when you have a player like Nafisa Collier on your team, she should be taking like the first shot or 2 to start off the game. And Cheryl did that one of the recent games, and I was happy to see that. So I don't know why they went away from that, and Alana Smith is taking the first 2 shots, bro. Fee should definitely be doing that. And also, I get irritated because it's times where you have Nafisa Collier on your team, and they just forget about her. They don't pass her the ball when she's wide open. They don't set enough plays for her and take terrible shots and have CTE hoops. And it's just like, you have Fee. There's no reason to do that, bro. And like, I think this was she had like 10 in the first quarter. I don't think she had any in the second quarter. And then she came out, and I think she had the rest of her points in the third quarter, something like that. And she had bucket after bucket after bucket. Fee first option hoops is a good watch. It's effective. And she's consistent enough to do that. Like, I don't know why, like, they treat Fee first option hoops like it's a last resort. It should be the first thing that we go to in these games. And I think that's why I get frustrated, because there's multiple times I'm like, why isn't she getting enough touches? Why aren't they getting her the ball? Like, so I get frustrated with that. But I thought it was a good game from Fee. Okay? And, yeah, like, she had the fadeaway, she had some shots at the rim, she had 2 threes as well. Like, she had some good stuff. More. So I think as the series wears on and, like, everything, you're just going to see her kind of start to take over a little bit earlier, which is something that I would like to see her do. I feel like the third quarter, you kind of saw some of that, but I would just like to see that earlier. I would like to see there be a concerted effort to get her more plays. Like, she needs to start clapping her hands at them and tell her, look, give me this ball. That's what she needs to start doing. So I will say that, Cheryl, it has to be more concerted effort to do those things. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Fee. Now we look at Kayla McBride. 21 points, 6 rebound, 2 assists, 0 steal, 1 block, 35% from the floor, 6 of 17, 4 of 9 from the 3, 5 of 5 free throws, and 54.7% true shooting. I don't remember K-Mac taking this many shots, and 6 of 17. I mean, objectively, that's not good. The good news is that she was able to finish on with a good stat line anyways, and 21 points is great. It's just we got to be more efficient, that's all. But like I said, I've appreciated that she's been more consistent in the playoffs, because that's what we needed from her. So it's good, but you got to get the efficiency up there. That's all. Next up, we got Courtney Williams, okay? So she finishes 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steal, 57.9% field goal percentage, 11 of 19 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the 3, no free throws, 3 turnovers with 59.2% true shooting. Courtney had a good game today, so I will give her 8s. You guys know I couldn't give her a 10. You know that I couldn't do all that. But she did what she was supposed to do. Whenever you have McBride shooting well, Fee shooting well, and Courtney shooting well, you get games like this, and you get a 13-point victory like this. And just being able to, you know, win by larger margins and stuff, it's important. Okay? And so she did what she was supposed to do. She got her shots off. She was able to have some layups and finish. She had some baffling moments. She had some turnovers that I'm just like, what is this? And then just some of the plays that she does. And when she gets hot, like I said, it's like nobody else exists. So Courtney just be pissing me off, to be honest. You guys know that. But second half, she did what she needed to do for this team. So today, I will take that. I don't understand the rotation with her and Tian at the same time. So I hope we can get more of these kind of performances in the playoffs, because I did not forget what she did in Game 5 last year. That was terrible. We got to keep up the consistency and stuff. We really do. And I can't have her be doing CTE hoops. Like, some of the decisions that she makes and miss layups and, like, the turn, like, bro. I keep saying I'm done and I keep going. Like, I'm done. And it's so fitting because my friend made us tweet, Courtney, Anastasia finna have an entire 5-minute segment talking shit about you, bro. And basically did. Like I said, I can give 8. I couldn't give 10. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the series, but y'all. And now we go on to everyone else from Minnesota Lynx. Bridget Carlton, 30 minutes, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 40% from the floor. You guys know how I feel about Bridget Carlton at this point. You guys know what I'm going to say. You guys know what I'm going to say. And yet, like, I will say she scored, that one shot. I forget, it was toward the end, and that was big for the game. I will say those things. But the PR is going to persist. It's like Bridget Carlton will have 5 games where she play like shit. Like, honestly. And then she has 1 game where she finally does what she's supposed to do. And then hear everyone go, we don't need Bridget Carlton slander and da-da-da-da-da. She did what she's supposed to, and she's getting praised for doing what she's supposed to do. And she only had 5 points. We need more than that. We need more than that. Luckily, these 3 were firing on all cylinders today. So that was good. But again, I don't feel like I'm asking for the world to ask for 10 points for a starter on a WNBA team. I don't feel like that's me asking for the world. Okay, so she did what was necessary today. Gotta make more shots. Every game they give her 2 to 3 catch and shoot threes that she misses. You gotta make more of those. You gotta make more of those open threes. And just some of the stuff that she be doing, it's just like, I move on. But you guys know how I feel about Bridget Carlton. Klindakova, 8 minutes, 4 points, 4 rebound, 1 assist, 66%. I will take this. Alana Smith, 26 minutes, 4.6 rebound, 3 assists. I think 1 block, 33% from the floor. Yeah, she didn't play well today. It was something similar to Bridget Carlton, bro. Like I said, I don't get why she's taking the first 2 shots in the game to start with. I don't understand that, number one. And she was just missing some shots. And just some of the stuff that she does sometimes, it puzzles me. I appreciate her defense, but I always say the same things about Alana Smith and Bridget Carlton, which is that I need double figures. And I'm pretty sure toward the end she didn't even play. And I think Cheryl was saying it was something about like the defensive rebounds and all the other stuff. Like, we need some more. That's what I'm going to say. We go to Jessica Shepard, 12 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 33%. We need more, bro. She blew a wide open layup. I can't have that. And now we go into Natisha Hydeman, 19 minutes, 5 points, 0 rebound, 2 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 25% from the floor. Wasn't a good game for her. Last game wasn't good for her either. I assume she'll bounce back and everything. Like I said, those 3 played well today, so it helped, but, just need to see more. And then, the rest of these players did not play, and this is the part where I tell you guys, if you didn't know, that Dejanay Carrington will not be returning this season because of her left foot. She got an injury in the Valks game. So it is really unfortunate. Like, I'm really bummed about that because I think that she's done some good stuff for Minnesota Lynx's team, and to have her defense and, her scoring at times, like she can give you like 10 to 12 points would have been good, and it definitely would have helped, and everything. So it's really unfortunate, and so I wish her the best in her recovery. So you hate to see that. That's what I can say. And now we look at advanced metrics for today's game, okay? So in the first quarter, we get outscored 24-22. Same thing in the second quarter, 23-18. The third quarter, this is when we finally took control, 19-12. And then the fourth quarter, we outscore again, 23-10. If we look at biggest leads, a 9 lead by the Mercury in the second, we had a 13 lead in the fourth quarter, okay? And it just goes back to what I said previously about the Minnesota Lynx. Why do we always get off to a slow start? I don't know what it is. The starting lineup has been playing together for like at least 2 years. You think they would have figured us out every single game? Like people said, we start off slow, we brick, and then the defense is not good enough, and then somewhere like second, third, fourth quarter we finally lock in. And I just wish that we would stop doing that. I really don't know what the problem is. I don't know why they can't figure that out. I would like to start hot and I would like to end hot. We've only done that a handful of times this season. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a Cheryl thing. I don't know if it's a player thing. I don't know if it just takes them that long to get in rhythm, but that has to stop because it is stressful to watch, and they always get it together. But I just wish that it wouldn't get to that point, and then they would start off with the defense that I know from them, with the scoring that I know from them, with the good possessions and stuff. So they control it pretty much like they always do. They close the game, but I don't even want to be put in that position. You can't count on the other team, kind of shitting the bed toward the end. And like we did have some good defensive moments, but also like they didn't play well toward the end. We had some good defensive moments. They didn't play well toward the end or shoot well toward the end. That's not always going to happen. So I think we have to be more disciplined in how we start the games, okay? Once we got into the third quarter, that's when we started, really doing what I know that we can do. And same thing for the fourth quarter. I would just like us to do that the whole game is all. I would like Fee to have more possessions is all, and like leading stuff in transition as well. I don't need that rotation with Natisha and Courtney at the same time. Better coaching decisions and like challenges and stuff. Like Cheryl just really... sometimes I just don't know what she's doing with the decisions that she makes in terms of her rotations, in terms of her challenging and everything. Normally she's a good coach, but sometimes I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is really the WNBA version of the Chiefs. You guys know I'm a Chiefs fan. I like them on the field, off the field. No. But the Chiefs, they literally keep it close in the entire game, and in the end, they pull away. Like, that's what they do. And this is just the WNBA version of that. So we look at the run. So 8-0 run by the Mercury second quarter, 18-6 run by the Lynx in the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and then 12-0 run by the Lynx in the fourth quarter. Best player streaks Natasha Mack with 4 and Courtney Williams with 8. Now we continue on to the advanced metrics for today's game. So Phoenix Mercury shoot 31 of 75, 41.3%. And then we were a little bit better, 34 of 77, 44.2%. You look at the three, it was 3 of 23 for the Mercury, and for Minnesota, it was 9 of 29, 31%. So usually about 10 to 12, so a little bit under that. So, got to get those threes up. And then if you look at the free throws, 4 of 4 for the Mercury and 5 of 6 for us. So yeah, for the most part, they kind of just, let the teams play. Turnovers 10 to 12, rebounds 39 to 49, assists 19 to 21, blocks none to 2, defensive rebounds 28 to 34, offensive rebounds 7 to 8. Okay, so the defensive rebounds really make a huge difference, like in rebounding in general. But you see that's one of the reasons why. We look points off turnovers, 13 to 11 points in the paint, 54 to 40. Fast break points 10 to 15. Second chance points 5 to 20. That's huge. You look at steals 6 to 7. Ooh, 6-7. Personal fouls 6 to 10. So you see that. Why did the Minnesota Lynx end up winning this basketball game today? Because, Courtney, Fee, and K-Mac all had good games, okay? When you see that, everyone else was able to do just enough. I think that that's a big part, okay? The Lynx have been here so many times with late game execution, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to pull it out. They're going to pull it out, and they're going to go on that crazy run to end out the game. So I always have faith that we will control it. I just don't want to get put in those positions time and time again. Let's start the game hot and end it hot, like I've said before. Cheryl Reeves' coaching and rotations, she's better than Nate Tibbetts. They got better personnel than Nate Tibbetts. They just know what to do. They just know what to do. And they locked in on the defense. They locked in on the offense. It was just the Lynx being the Lynx, okay? Making that extra pass multiple times. You're seeing them not make the shot the first time, getting the rebound, getting the shot back, and getting the ball to go through the hoop. Like Natisha Heidemann had a possession like that. There was just one possession. They got 5 offensive rebounds in one possession, okay? And so I think later in the series, keying in, again, still really harping on the rebounding, because, again, this game shows how important it is. Really harping on the defense, because that's Minnesota Lynx identity for sure. And, just playing Minnesota Lynx basketball and just doing that the whole game instead of having CTE hoops and bad possessions and stuff. I don't know why it always kind of goes the same way, but we won the game. That's the most important thing. And, if Minnesota Lynx wins 2 more games, then the series is over, because you just have to win 3 out of the 5 games. So, yeah, we'll see. This was a home game. That definitely helps as well. The next game we travel to Phoenix and see what happens there. But, yeah, that's kind of some of my thoughts from the Lynx side today. We look at the Phoenix Mercury side. So we start off with AT, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 52.9% field goal percentage, 9 of 17 from the floor. No free threes, no free throws, 2 turnovers, and 52.9% true shooting percentage. So AT had some good stuff. She had this one move. It was a spin move into a bucket and stuff. She had some good stuff. There was this one move where she blew the easy layup, and then she tried to pretend like she was fouled. Like, we saw you blow the layup, child. And then there was this other play where she literally, her elbow hit Natisha Heidemann in the face. Who are you trying to be, Aaliyah Boston? Like, please. And then I don't know why that was a technical foul and not a flagrant foul. I thought that the technical fouls were for yelling and arguing with the refs. Like, I don't understand that at all. I will say, and like I said, AT gets away with a lot of offensive fouls that don't get called. So those things have to be called. She finishes with a near triple-double. This is just the typical, AT performance, in the best way possible. I thought she played well. Toward the end, whenever she, we knew that they were losing, bro, she got pissed the way that she was passing the ball. And like I said, that's something to key in for AT, bro. And I will say, I forgot to say this, but Fee had some good defense on AT at parts, and there were some times where AT was able to score on her as well. So I think that is an entertaining matchup for sure as well. So, that's kind of what I take from AT's performance today, ultimately. You look at Kalia Copper, so she finishes 22 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 43.5% field goal percentage, 10 to 23 from the floor, 2 of 8 from the 3, 2 turnovers, and 47.8% true shooting. So yeah, it's not the most efficient day from the field, but for the most part, this was a good game for Kalia Copper. Kalia Copper is going to get you those threes. She's going to be able to finish at the rim. To be honest with you, she probably should have got a couple and ones, because she's always driving to the basket and looking for those opportunities. But Kalia Copper has been their best player. I've been saying this for weeks and stuff, and Kalia Copper did what she needed to do. So this was definitely better performance than the last game she played in, because the last game she played in, she was 5 of 15. So definitely better performance, and I just always enjoy to watch her play. Like I said, one of the best shooting guards, one of the best 3-and-D players. You know, she can do that. She has the versatility, so I thought it was good stuff for the most part for Kalia Copper. Now we look at Satou Sabally, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 27.3% field goal percentage, 3 of 11 from the floor, no threes, 4 free throws, no turnovers, and 39.2% true shooting. It's a Satou Sabally special. It's a Satou Sabally special. I love that the Satou Sabally special has taken its own life, its own meaning, and that people are using the Satou Sabally special, because it's just, it can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't matter if Satou goes 2 for 17 like she did a few games ago, or if she goes like 15 for 20. It's always a Satou Sabally special because Satou is playing the game. It's a Satou Sabally special. But I mean, objectively, you know, taking off my joking hat for a moment, this is terrible. When AT and Kalia Copper both gave you games that were good, and then you go 3 of 11 from the field and only get 10 points, like, this is not what she was brought in to do. Like, Satou was just so streaky, man. What do I always say? The last game, she had like 23 points, and I think she was the leading scorer in the last game, okay? And in this game, you go 3 of 11. Like, Satou just be doing anything, bro. She be killing me. She be killing me, bro. The defense is terrible, too, and she's streaky with it. Like I said, if this team was serious, bro, then they would really heavily consider trading Satou for Angel, okay? They would really heavily consider that, because, like, 3 of 11 in a playoff game, like, child, please. Like, this is one of the reasons why they lose. Now we continue on to everyone else for Phoenix Mercury, okay? So Natasha Mack, 12 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 75%. That ain't bad. DB, 25 minutes and 0 points is insane. So yeah, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Sammy Whitcomb, 24 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 55%. It's not bad. Cole McConney, 22 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 16.7%. I mean, that's not good. And then Westbell, 10 minutes and then 0 points. I think 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 0%. And then I don't think anybody else played for them. I don't think he utilized the rest of his bench. So now this kind of transitions into, like, why did the Phoenix Mercury lose this game? Well, number one, when Satou went 27% from the field, like, you can't have those things. You can't have those things. AT and Kalia Copper did what they were supposed to do, and Satou didn't do what she was, like, you say those things, number one. 2, DB having 0 points, like, I don't know how many shots that she took, but I'm assuming she attempted something. Like, there's no way she didn't attempt a shot. So 0 points in 25 minutes is not good. Cole McConney only having 2 points in 22 minutes is not good, okay? And just bad efficiency, I think, from the team in general. And just some of the shots that they take. And then when you're getting beat on the defensive rebounds as well, like, that's a huge part in this game. And whenever, like, a team like us is able to turn them over and being able to capitalize off of that, the Nate Tibbetts of it all. So yeah, I think it just comes down to, maybe some coaching errors and some execution overall. Minnesota just did what we needed to do, okay? And whenever you don't score enough in those last 2 quarters of the game as well, like, they had the game in the beginning and they couldn't close it. So those are some overarching thoughts as to why I think Phoenix lost this game. But like I said, the next game will be in Phoenix, and I will be covering the series. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the series. But I thought that there was some entertainment in this game for sure. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did we like the game? Did we not? What are your favorite plays? Why do you think that Minnesota took home this game? What do you think that the Phoenix Mercury needs to do in order to get the win the next game? What did you think about the coaching? We can talk pregame fits. Whatever thoughts you guys had, leave them down below in the comments and we can continue that conversation.